Namaste, I'm Sally Raspberry. Welcome to Microdose Yoga. In today's little yoga class, we're going to be focusing on releasing stiffness in the lower back and legs. So let's get started with a yin practice. I'm going to have cats coming in and out of the video. Just let you know that up front. Find yourself seated on your yoga mat with your non-habitual leg crossed in front of your other leg. I'm going to light some pine straw and sage. And this is just to clear any negative energy that's in the space. I love doing sage when I'm practicing because it's almost like, it's like spring cleaning for the inside of your body, for your spirit. So with the non-habitual leg in front, and what I mean by that and what people mean when they say that is when you sit down and your legs are crossed, which way do you normally go? My knees go completely flat with my right leg in front, but once I stick my left leg in front, it feels a little off and the knee pops up. So I know that this left leg actually needs a little more work than the right. So we're going to get started in this pose called Sukhadya, or easy pose. It doesn't matter what it's called because here we are. Sit up as tall as you can. And during this entire 15 minutes, we're just going to be noticing what we notice and give yourself what you need. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. The most advanced version of every pose is the one that feels right for your body. So sitting up nice and tall, breathe into your lower belly. We call that the Dantian in Chinese medicine. Let your eyes close or soften. Notice the temperature on your skin. Notice the surface that you're sitting on, how it feels on your sit bones. Notice any pain or comfort in your physical body. As you breathe, let your breath lift you so that it feels like there's a string pulling from the top of your head. And actually that action makes the chin drop down just a little. String is coming from that soft spot right in the back of the head, making the spine elongated. Take a nice deep breath and let your arms come up, reach toward the sky. And when you're ready to exhale, begin to fold forward. I'm going to let my hands come down to the ground first so that my body can slowly catch up. You might be able to get down onto your elbows or further, or you might be like this, and that's okay. Remember, the right pose is the one that feels good to your body. We're bending from the hips, leaving the bottom on the floor, so try not to pop up. And we're really just opening the hips. And we're just gonna sit here. We're just gonna hold it here for a couple of minutes, actually. Breathe into the sensation that you feel. You can use your yoga practice like a meditation. And in fact, the entire point of yoga is to get your body ready to sit in meditation. Did you know? So these poses that we do, that's not yoga. Yoga is the result that happens afterwards, where you can get into this witness state of mind and just be with the sensations of your body to the point where you're able to just be quiet. Just be with the quiet. We're not there quite yet. See if you can get your belly a little bit closer to the floor and just notice what's uncomfortable. And if there's a lot of discomfort, that's okay. See if you can just allow yourself to be uncomfortable. And think of how many times in life you actually are very uncomfortable, either physically or emotionally. See if you can cultivate a little trust and awareness that this isn't gonna last forever. If you're in pain, numbness, or tingling, then you wanna back out of the pose. But if you're just experiencing some discomfort, some general achiness, then that's okay. We're just gonna lean into it instead of trying to escape it. We're gonna allow ourselves to feel what we feel without trying to make it feel different. without constantly trying to be comfortable. Let's take 4 more deep breaths in this position. And if you can get yourself a little closer to the floor, then do that. And if you can't, that's okay too. I think I'm at my maximum edge right now. 3 more breaths. If you make a sound on exhalation, then you can actually hear yourself letting go. 2 more breaths. Inhale and very slowly pull yourself up with your core or push yourself up with your hands. And let's open the legs right where they are. Just straighten both of those legs out. Place your palms in the middle and then walk yourself forward until you find a place that feels like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's as much sensation as I can handle right now. Again, we're bending from the waist, not reaching with the arms and head like that. So this may be the farthest we get, and that's perfectly wonderful. You're opening and elongating the fascia all along the inner part of your thigh, all along the calf muscle. And actually, what we're stretching is a little bit muscle, but it's mostly our fascia, which is this band of web-like material that's very changeable and malleable. It allows us to hold ourselves together, and then when we stretch it and open and release it, it actually allows us to move our bones and our muscles a little farther apart. So it allows us to gain flexibility. But the mechanism of fascia is to hold us together, to be steadfast, to create stability. So in order to get that flexibility, we have to hold the poses for 1 to 5 minutes to sort of reprogram the fascia and say, hey, you know, you've done an excellent job keeping me very stable and still, but now I'm feeling so stiff that I need a little more movement. So we say this with our stretch. As we hold this static position, we let the body know that it's time to release. Notice what you notice. I know you must be feeling all kinds of sensation in the back of the legs, the groin, wherever you might be feeling it. Again, if it's pain, then you need to back out a little. But if it's discomfort, breathe into it. Notice what it is. It's almost like eating a hot pepper. Just enjoy the flavor and the hotness. Don't try to make it not be hot because you will not succeed. You can't eat a habanero and then say, I wish this wasn't hot. Instead, you just have to say, this is what this feels like. And with the stretch, this is what this feels like. Let's take 2 more full breaths into the belly. Audible exhale if that's what feels good to you. I'm going to do a horse breath after this next inhalation. And inhale slowly as you rise with your core, or you can press yourself up with your hands. We're going to fold those legs back in, and this time we're going to come back into easy pose or Sukhadia, and we're going to have the habitual leg in front. So if you had left last time, stick your right leg. If you had right, stick your left. Sit up as straight as you can. And after that last stretch, notice that perhaps you might be able to sit up a little straighter than you could before. I know that's the case for me. So sitting here, let's take a nice deep breath. As you inhale, let your arms come all the way up. Reach for the sky, reach for the stars. Exhale as you fold forward, let your hands come down first. Imagine there's a line of energy between your belly and the floor. You're slowly lowering that line, slowly lowering that belly toward the floor. And again, that doesn't need to mean that you get anywhere close to the floor. It just means that you're folding from the hips. And we're gonna hold this pose for 2 minutes. I recently found an old notebook where I wrote down some quotes, and I want to share just a couple of them with you as you stay here in your witness body, letting thoughts come and go, not trying to control your mind, but rather just being witness to what is, being witness to how you feel, not trying to make anything any different than the way it is, and breathing. A healthy spine creates balance and is a conduit to a sound mind. That's so perfect in describing yoga because we do move the body in order to find stillness and peace in the mind. Go placidly amidst the noise and haste and remember what peace there may be in silence. That's Max Ehrmann. So let's honor that quote with a little bit of silence. 3 more full breaths. Inhale as you lift with your core. Use your hands to push yourself up. And the reason we like to make these audible exhalations is that every time you inhale, you create space in your body. And every time you exhale, you have the opportunity to let go of something that no longer serves you. So for me, if I can hear myself letting go of something that no longer serves me, it just feels great. So that's a practice you can adopt if you'd like. Now that we're sitting up here, I think that will be, it's gonna be an option. You can stay just like this, or you can switch your legs into shoelace as we work on a couple of breaths, and then we're gonna end for the day. You're doing great, and I'm having fun. Thank you for being here with me. So if you're coming into shoelace pose, I'm putting my right leg on top of my left. My knees are in perfect alignment with each other. If there's any pain, numbness, or tingling, you know what to do. Get out of it. If it feels a little uncomfortable, that's normal. Just kind of ride it, go with it. So the breaths that I have been doing, but I haven't talked about as much, are, so there's audible sigh, which is just like you probably already know. And then there's horse breath, where you make your lips like a motorboat and exhale like a horse. And then there's trill, which is where you roll your tongue and make a sound as you exhale. And as we're doing this, I hope you're folding forward little by little, feeling the rather intense stretch of your fascia. Just kind of leaning into it, breathing into it. Another breath is the trill. So we'll inhale. Peace in the silence. Let's stay here for 3 more deep breaths, and you can exhale whichever way you want, including silently.
It's lunchtime.
You do you.
Make sure to drink water.
Thanks, Alexa. Inhale slowly as you rise with your core, and we're gonna switch the legs. Let's stick the feet out in front of us just for a brief moment. Windshield wiper the feet left and right, la 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 la. And then if you'd like to take shoelace again, you can fold this time with perhaps the left knee on top of the right knee. And if you're staying in easy pose, or if you're laying down at this point, it's awesome, it's all good. Let's just breathe together. If you are in the poses, then you want to lean forward a little bit until you feel that edge, you feel that place of interesting and uncomfortable sensation that you can lean into. Some other breaths I like to do, you can hold your teeth together and make an S sound. That's a good one. It's like releasing air from a tire or a beach ball. What these breaths serve to do is create a longer exhalation than inhalation. And anytime we take a long exhalation, we are promoting our parasympathetic response of the nervous system, which is the rest and digest response. When we inhale, we're creating a sympathetic nervous system response, which is the fight or flight. So we want to let that exhalation be longer than the inhalation so that we can get the most relaxation out of our breath. Let's do one more breath here together, and it can be any style you want. I'm going to make the sound ha from the back of my throat when I exhale. Try it if you'd like. Inhale as you lift. And let's just pause here for a moment at the top of your breath, at the top of your pose. Notice how you notice. Notice if just these 15 minutes has made you feel a little more relaxed, a little more able to meet the day. And when you stand up, I assure you that your hips are going to feel different and better. Thank you for being here with me today. And I'd love to see you next week. Join me live. I'm going to be doing another live yin yoga, hip and leg opening, unstuck practice. The light inside me sees the light inside you. Namaste.